Good morning. And welcome, dear friends, those with us here in the sanctuary and on Zoom, okay? Welcome to our spiritual home, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tarpon Springs. My name is Betty Lou Cummins. I'm a member of this congregation and currently serving on our Board of Trustees. I will be our worship associate today. For those of you who might not see me clearly and are spared the glare, okay, I'm a senior citizen lady of Northern European heritage with silver hair and brown eyes, Midland height and weight, wearing bright colors of pink and orange and green and purple and yellow and black and blue and a pink hat. Thank you. We want to acknowledge today that we are on the land and surrounded by the beautiful waters of the Seminole, Tocobaga, Miccosukee, and Muskogee peoples. The second Monday in October was Indigenous Peoples Day. It is a recognition of the contributions and resilience of Indigenous peoples and their inherent sovereignty. It is a reminder that when Christopher Columbus discovered the Americas, it had been inhabited for millennia by over 600 indigenous peoples and their nations. We offer a warm welcome to our guests who are with us today. We would like to get to know you better and hope you'll join us following the service for that wonderful food. Remember, the good stuff comes first and the sugar comes later. Okay. As our mission states, we are a liberal faith community for all ages, promoting spiritual growth, social justice, and the arts. We side with love, justice, and peace. Today, our minister, Patti Hanks, will be leading our service entitled Meeting the Moments. Our music today is provided by our beloved musical director, Bonnie Whitehurst, and our choir. Again, a warm welcome. Our opening song is number 128 in the Gray Hymnal, For All That Is Our Life. Please rise or sit and sing with us as you are most comfortable.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. And welcome back, you seasonal friends. We're so glad to have you here. I'm Patti Hanks, she, her, and grateful every day to be the minister here. I'm especially glad this morning to report that I found a hairbrush and this outfit to wear among all the moving boxes that are piled everywhere and up to the ceiling at my house. Next week, I live in Tarpon Springs. Thank you for sharing that joy. I'm a white woman. I have graying brown hair. Next year for Halloween Sunday, I'm planning to be more creative and come with some kind of really great costume like I see here. This year, I've come dressed as a minister with my favorite bright gold stole that has a rainbow and a chalice printed on it and says, "Side with love." I add my welcome to Jean and Betty Lou's and affirm that all of who you are is sacred, and all of who you are is welcome here at Unitarian Universalist Church of Tarpon Springs. As UUs, we side with love, and we center our shared values in love. We side with already marginalized and threatened people and groups who are even more vulnerable and more at risk in these unraveling days. Like you, I weigh out every day, sometimes every hour, what to do next that is within the sphere of my influence. I'm grateful I can raise my voice and join many of the things that are sponsored by this congregation's Rainbow Welcome Social Justice Circle. This month's report, you may have read this. They list our attendance at the Peace Pole dedication, at Pasco Pride, at No Kings rallies. They report our support of Project No Labels, Toys for Tots, Clothes to Kids backpacks, Women's Club Thanksgiving food drive, and Navigator Scouts shoe drive, and the upcoming Martin Luther King Scholarship Fund and breakfast and parade. I honor and celebrate every effort and action of courage and conviction being made by you and by everyone who is seeking to live out loud their values. I heard about just such a moment involving Mark Hopkins' grandson, and I invited Mark to come up and share that with us. And then Betty Lou will light our chalice.
Thanks. A couple of months ago, right before school started, Kathy and I found out we were going to have the joy of having our youngest grandson, Kobe, spend a couple of days and nights with us. His parents were going out of town. So I began planning activities and entertainment and fun boy things to do with Kobe around. When Kathy suggested maybe we'd want to flip the script a little bit, instead of doing things for Kobe, how about if Kobe did something for other people? So thought about it for a couple of moments, and if you know my grandson Kobe or ever seen him, you know that clothes are a thing. He's a styling kid. And the thoughts connected with Clothes to Kids that we knew about, but learned even more about through Pastor Patti's experiences there. So we made the suggestion. Kobe looked up Clothes to Kids on the website and just took to it and said, yeah, I get it. There's a demonstration on the website of kids going to shop at Clothes to Kids and getting things they'd feel they'd look good in. So I said to Kobe, you're probably an expert in this, especially thinking about first and second grade boys. Kobe was going into the 5th grade, so you know what they'll want to look like. But Kobe went through his clothes and came up with a bag, a huge bag of stuff that he was ready to donate, and then suggested we might want to do a little more shopping. A little more shopping meant we went to Target with Kobe and one of his best friends, Brian. And boy, did they shop and shop. They found matching this, the kids would love that. And the cool thing was hearing Kobe explain to Brian what they were doing. They weren't buying for themselves, they were buying for other kids, the ones whose parents don't quite have the money that our parents do sometimes. This will help them. So we got another bag. We took those bags to Clothes to Kids and dropped them off, and they were welcomed and well received. But probably the lasting impact that I'm most fond of is Kobe, when he wrote his application to be safety patrol at school. Mentioned among the ways he gives back was preparing for Clothes to Kids. And when he wrote his application for National Honor Society, he wrote that. So this has become part of Kobe, I think, part of his identity, kind of getting it. So thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for extending us. And Kobe says thanks.
We light our chalice with words from Unitarian Universalist Rebecca Ann Parker, an American theologian, author, and former president of Star King School for the Ministry, the first woman to serve as the permanent head of an accredited U.S. theological school. This is a passage from her book, which truly has a title for our times: Blessing the World, What Can Save Us Now? Your gifts. Your gifts, whatever you discover them to be, can be used to bless or curse the world. The mind's power, the strength of the hands, the reaches of the heart, the gift of speaking, listening, imagining, seeing, waiting, any of those can serve to feed the hungry, bind up wounds, welcome the stranger, praise what is sacred, do the work of justice, or offer love. You must answer this question: what will you do with your gifts? Choose to bless the world. The choice to bless the world is more than an act of will, a moving forward into the world with the intention to do good. It is an act of recognition, a confession of surprise, a grateful acknowledgement that in the midst of a broken world, unspeakable beauty, grace, and mystery abide. There is an embrace of kindness that encompasses all life, even yours. And while there is injustice, there also moves a holy disturbance, a revolutionary love, protesting, urging, insisting, that which is sacred will not be defiled. The choice to bless the world can take you into solitude to search for the sources of power and grace, native wisdom, healing, and liberation. More, the choice will draw you into community, the endeavors shared, the heritage passed on, the companionship of struggle, the importance of keeping faith, the life of ritual and praise, the comfort of human friendship, the company of earth, the chorus of life welcoming you. None of us alone can save the world. Together, that is another possibility waiting. Unitarian Universalism is a covenantal faith. Will you now join me in reading together our congregation's covenant up on the screen? We strive to look for and encourage the best in each other as we move toward justice, peace, and love for both ourselves and the world. And when we fall short, we will seek understanding, reconciliation, and a return to covenant. Each week, we sing together Spirit of Life, number 123 in the Gray Book, Gray Hymnal. And thank you so much. We give thanks to Diana Rife, who's on her way up, for sharing the hand signals this morning. You are welcome to try them out with her. And you stand or sit, as is your comfort.
I was mentioning to her that she had her husband's name tag and he has her name tag.
Make sure you tell,
Yeah.
tell them your job here too.
Oh, yeah.
And here's worms too for the kids.
Okay, thank you. All right, good morning. My name is Jamilette Farley, but I go by Jamie. And Farley, I officially went to the Social Security office this past week, so official. I am the faith formation leader here, as well as Anais Crespo, who is currently back there with the littles. They like to play early in the morning, so it's probably better in there than out here. Our story today is a short film. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, I saw this book up here. I see Bonnie's book. I was like, am I reading Bonnie's book and not Bonnie reading it? No. Our story today is a short film called Joy and Heron. Watch for the very moment when Joy, the darling little doggy, realizes how to meet the moment with love and compassion.
So we don't have sound yet, but I wanted you to know I bought a bag of worms. That is the moment when he meets the moment for the kids.
For the month of October, our social justice special purpose collection is for a local beloved nonprofit organization, Peace for Pasco, Peace for Tarpon. You know where I live. But their mission is to connect, inform, transform, and heal. They address bullying, joblessness, homelessness, climate change, community violence, and offer support to the LGBTQIA+ community. Many of us joined Peace for Tarpon on International Day of Peace to dedicate a peace pole in the city of Tarpon Springs between the Splash Park and the Anclote River. We shared a beautiful afternoon together. You are welcome to donate by mail or online, or place your offering in the plate as it is passed. Special envelopes are available near you in the pews for cash donations. Please indicate Peace for Tarpon in the memo line.
Share with everyone. It's always more fun to share with everyone. If you have two, give one to your friend. If you have three, give one to your friend and me. It's always more fun to share with everyone. It's always more fun to share with everyone. If you have one, here is something you can learn. You can share, just clicking and turn. If you have a ball, bounce it in the air. If there is a new kid, invite them out to hang. If you've got a sandwich, come and eat it half. If you know a secret joke, tell me that you're alive. If you've got a drumsticks, give one to your friend. Make one beautiful rhythm, that never ends. And if you're feeling lonely, share time with your mom. Share some milk and cookies, and sing a sharing song. It's always so fun to share with everyone. It's always more fun to share with everyone. It's always more fun to share with everyone.
Bonnie and choir, thank you. And Bonnie, congrats on the publication of your new children's book. Yes! I know, right? It's titled All Kinds of Music and will be available in soft and hardcover soon. The advanced overview of Bonnie's book on Barnes & Noble's website says, "This rhyming book, with its beautiful illustrations, will open young minds to the possibility of hearing each sound in the day as part of a musical treasure box. A bird sings its song outside your window. Breezes blow through a nearby wind chime. A train whistle sounds its mighty horn. This morning, as we center ourselves for a few moments of reflection, I invite us to hear the music all around us, the music within our hearts, and the music in and outside of the sanctuary space. What do you hear in these sounds? An inspiration, an invitation, a message of peace? Turns out our air conditioner has a note that it sings.
With bravest fire, and have the gift to all inspire, and have not one my words ordained, a sounding brass and hopeless gain. I may give all I possess, and striving so my heart process, but not again my love within. The prophet soon turned strangely thin. Spirit come, our hearts control. Spirit come, our spirits come, to be great hope. Spirit come, inward light, that every deed, by this we worship, we are free. The gift of love, the gift of love, the gift of love.
It's lovely. Look at us filling up our little sanctuary. So I am soon moving all of my things of my life a few blocks from here, and it's on my heart to tell you a little something about how a minister and a UU congregation get matched. It turns out there's literally an app for that. That's the truth. Because the governance model of our UU faith is centered in congregational polity and the democratic process, each church unit is self-governing, choosing its own leadership, responsible for raising and managing its own finances, hiring their minister, and choosing their delegates to attend UU General Assembly. So on the app, which I've heard some seasoned ministers refer to it as uumatch.com, the swiping, on that app, congregations post details about who and what and where they are. They describe their culture, their mission and vision, and their membership. And a minister who is in search posts details about their background and their experience and their preparation. So ministers in search read the bio of the congregation, what the congregation leadership wrote, and congregations read the bios of ministers who are currently searching. And then they both go, and so it goes. So what I want to do, what's in my heart today, is tell you some of the highlights of what the church leadership here has written about this congregation, its life and its history. Whether you've been a member here for 15 years, I think, like Greg, a few months, like Becky, Peter, or considering joining, or you're visiting, I think you will find this interesting. And then I'm going to tell you what I thought about what I read. So about congregational life, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tarpon Springs bio begins with this. Our members have said, when I first walked in the doors, I felt like I was home. I feel like I've been a UU all my life. I feel like I can bring my whole self. We've heard expressions like that many times. Because we genuinely like people, it's natural to welcome everyone in our midst. This is what I read. Like many UUs, we're a difficult bunch to classify. Although we differ widely on many subjects, there are strong forces that keep bringing us back together. The fellowship we enjoy enriches our lives and sustains us through tough times. We know that putting our beliefs in action is important. We also know that the good we can do is greatly increased when we work together. We ask ourselves, are the activities aligned with our mission? Are we making our programs and services accessible and welcome to all? How are we doing at providing opportunities to grow spiritually and be of service to those in need? Does our exploration of art bring about new levels of understanding? And so I want to tell you, in the congregational history section, and I know we have a lot of new members that may not know this, and some of you do, but this is so integral to who we are. So in the congregational history section of the bio, this is what it says. Buckle up. No, it doesn't say that. I'm saying that to you because it's quite a history. Wouldn't that be funny? A minister starts reading, buckle up. No. All right. The first church was built in 1885. We're the oldest church in Pinellas County. Because the summer months were oppressively hot, services were only held from September to May. There was no regular minister until 1895. The church burned down in 1908 and was replaced at the location where we are now. In 1918, a storm broke the church windows, and due to the scarcity of glass after the war years, the windows could not be replaced. At the urging of his wife, the artist and UUCTS member George Innes Jr. began replacing the windows with his paintings. Other factors, including the addition of air conditioning, brought year-round services, starting in 2005. In 2013, a devastating sinkhole rendered the church unusable, bringing with it a trying 6 years of rental spaces for worship, figuring out financing, and eventually rebuilding and fully renovating this building, finishing just in time for what? COVID. So here's what captured me most from the bio that I read. We have a beautiful sanctuary, charming gathering spaces, and highly acclaimed paintings that can leave you breathless. These are indeed treasures, but they wouldn't mean a thing if not for the people who created them, care for them, and love to welcome everyone to share in the blessings. We are a congregation that refused to sink and never ceased our effort in social justice. So I'm going to say something bold for only being here for 14 months. This congregation, from the very beginning, has figured out how to meet the moment. It's a Unitarian Universalist value to meet the moment, to show up, to risk, to struggle for justice, to build inclusive communities centered in love. At the heart of our faith is meeting the thing that must be done and deciding how to do it. And it is the spirit and legacy of this church. So we will continue to create and live into our UU values. Our gifts, whatever they are what we have. Forrest Church, the former minister at All Souls Church in New York City, said, "No one is coming to do it for us. We are responsible, free to believe what we will and what we can, free to pitch ourselves into the very midst of life's teeming questions and conflicts. We are free to build and nurture a community of faith as stewards of the visible church." For me, at the core of our UU movement is figuring out what it means to nurture a community of faith and be stewards of the visible church. We must ask ourselves, how are we transforming to meet the needs that we have at this moment? What is our discernment and our response to today's realities? And I want to tell you, I am glad to have this community. As individuals and groups especially, we need this because we are in a world in a lot of ways that is on fire. And we can make a difference. And like you, I don't always know exactly what to do. I have experienced firsthand times and moments, big and small, when I have witnessed what can happen when that moment is met. And I want to tell you about a couple of times. So, Clothes to Kids, the organization we collected backpacks for, that Mark spoke about with his grandson. That was started by a first grade teacher, Jody, my friend, who saw every day a little child who came with no socks and no coat. And one cold day in January, and sometimes I forget we have those, she called her friend Marie and asked her to run out and buy a size 8 coat and bring it to her classroom so that the student could go out to recess. And then Jody and Marie thought, we need to meet this moment. And they just started collecting clothes and giving it to teachers and social workers at the school. And I looked on their website. I love that place. I've worked at that place a long time. There are now 3 locations, St. Pete, Clearwater, and Tampa, where they're providing new and quality used clothing free of charge to school-age children. And according to their website, 226,000 children have been able to shop for a week's worth of clothes free of charge. And I'll tell you this, when I worked at Habitat for Humanity, which I loved, they often told the story of their first build when Millard and Linda Fuller, good Baptists, and Clarence Jordan, a farmer, a local farmer, they were friends with Jimmy and Rosalind Carter. And most people don't know about Millard Fuller. Millard Fuller is really the one who had the big heart for Habitat. And they met a moment. Their stated mission was to put God's love into action by bringing people together to build homes, communities, and hope. And when people asked Millard Fuller, and I spent a lot of years doing development work, and I used to say this all the time, when people would ask Millard Fuller if he was comfortable asking people to give so much of their money and their time and their talents and their resources to Habitat, he would say this, well, we've tried asking people for money, and we've tried not asking people for money, and we found that asking works better. And then I would say to somebody who, was considering donating to the homeless shelter for families with children where I worked, and so what I need you to do now is write a check. So to date, Habitat for Humanity has built, renovated, or repaired more than 600,000 homes. There are 3 million more people in the world who have a safe place to lay their heads at night, a place to call home, after what they started and how they met that moment. And these are big ways, but I know they just started in small ways. So as we think about meeting our moments, individually and as a group, I think about what my mentor shared with me many years ago. I think about it all the time. And sometimes I get out a piece of paper and pencil with this. She used to say to us, ask yourself 3 questions. Ask yourself, what is a need I see? What is a need I see? In my family, at my church, something in the community, something in the world. What is a need that I see? And then number 2, she said, and then think about your gifts. Think about your skills. Think about things, your resources. Think about your finances. Think about all the things. And how much time could you offer right now, big or small? And then she said, what is calling you? What is calling you? What is your inner voice telling you that you want to bring into this world in some big or small way? And then she would say, at the intersection of the need, your gifts, and what is calling you is something to do. I love that. I look forward to seeing the ways we will continue to live into our congregational mission and covenant. I look forward to the ways we will reimagine what it means to be stewards of this faith community and our larger community and the planet. I'm glad to be here and serve as your minister. I'm glad for the people who wrote your bio. I hope we'll have lots of times here where you will feel that you truly met your moment, and I believe that all that we need is here.
On the screen is a song that I will be playing and the choir will be singing, and we ask that you join us in singing. I'll play it through once. We will be singing it 6 times. What we need is here. What we need
From poet Wendell Berry. We clasp the hands of those that go before us and the hands of those who come after us. We enter the little circle of each other's arms and the larger circle of all creatures. We think about all that we have, and what we have is here.
We are glad for the time we shared together this morning, and glad you are here. Here it is, if you are new, feel new, just want to talk, grab one of these bright red coffee cups back in the social hall during coffee hour, and we'll be sure to greet you and say hello and ask about you and chat and all that. Okay? We extinguish our chalice with these words from Mother Teresa, an Albanian Indian Catholic nun and the founder of the Missionaries of Charity. Love cannot remain by itself. It has no meaning. Love has to be put into action, and that action is service. Whatever form we are, able or disabled, rich or poor, it is not how much we do, but how much love we put in the doing. A lifelong sharing of love with others.